Yeah, so namaste and welcome everybody. In this video, what we are going to do is to look at the 10 observations that I have on this particular case, on the Ketan Agrawal death case, and they also encompasses some learnings for various stakeholders in this in this type of cases. And first and 10th are very important. Do not miss, watch it till the end, you will not regret. So for all those who do not know about the story, let me quickly give a short summary of what has happened. So there are three characters in the story. One is the Ketan Agrawal, and who's a very wealthy guy, very handsome guy, very educated, and comes from Pune, and is 26-year old, and is into the business, and has worth in hundreds of crores, right? And he actually gets an offer from a family friend about a girl that when he has turned the age of marriage in his mid 20s. So somebody suggested, like this is the girl. And then they actually talked to the girl's family. They also got ready, and now he marries to this particular girl named Sia, and her full name is Sia Goel. They are from the same caste, and caste of course matters a lot in Indian society. And then they have done the roka, the engagement, and they are supposed to marry in November. And they are very happy with each other. They intermingle with the family members, very happily, very very nicely. And the guy has booked a palace, a hotel in Udaipur, and has done an estimate of around 17 crore rupees would be the expenses in the marriage. There would be two private jets who would be taking the guests from Pune to Udaipur. I mean, so rich, so affluent is the family of this guy, and the guy also looks very nice. And Sia also comes from a good family, and she also looks very happy in the photos, in the video she has shared on the Instagram, when the guy is giving her the flowers, the bouquets, and taking her to the places on dates and all. So one day just so happened that Sia tells her that it is my birthday coming and I want to go to Lohagad Fort, and which is near to Pune. And the guy says that we have been there a couple of times in the past, very recently even. Then why do you want to go there? And she's like, no, I just want, it's my wish, I just want to go there once more. And then they set out on this on this track to the Lohagad Fort, which is a sort of isolated place where not many people come there. Now before that, what happened that they were destined to go to Bali, Indonesia, and they are going to the airport, and suddenly out of nowhere the guy discovers that his passport is missing from the bag. And in the bag were so many things, but the passports of other people like Sia as well, and money, cash as well, but only the passport of the guy goes missing. Who did that, we do not know. And now it is suspected that Sia did that because she didn't want to go with him to the trip to Bali. And there were a couple of other things about which the family members were, it's not suspicious, but the things look strange. Like, why does she want to again go to the fort when she has gone there several times? So these were some background incidents. Now on the day of the visit, they go there, and what happens is that when they were on the track, the girl Sia calls the police, the cops there, and the family members, and inform them that the guy has plunged into a gorge, because it is a hilly area, it is a track after all. So because of the slip, his leg slipped, or something, and he fell off the cliff. And this was the news that the police got. And after that, this Sia expressed her mournings. She expressed the grief, and sorrow on the social media through the posts and whatnot about the guy, and saying that, why have you left me, and we had so many things to do, how can you do this to me? And she shed the crocodile tears. And but the family had some suspicions, because for the family it became even more clear that the girl was in relationship with another guy. And there were other suspicious activities, like why did she go there. And yeah, on the last trip to this track, the girl actually pushed the guy, but the guy held a bush and somehow saved himself, and escaped, by the skin of the teeth. Something of that sort is the proverb, or what do we call it, phrase, I don't remember exactly. But you getting right what I want to convey. And it just so happened that the girl actually saved herself, saying that oh, there was a snake, and that is why I actually pushed you. And again got the love of the guy. Oh, you're so caring. So the girl is a shitty actor, man, a badass actor. So this is how, like, the girl, even though she couldn't kill the guy that particular day on the last visit to the same spot, but also didn't have the suspicion rising in the mind of the guy, saying that I just saved you because there was a snake. So in the backdrop of these all the past incidents, the family of the guy had the suspicion on the girl and told the police to investigate it more rigorously. So the police actually checked through the CCTV cameras, and they pieced all the evidences together, like the location of the girl's phone, the contact she was in touch with, she was texting to, and trailed the contact number, the location of the guy, and then checked the CCTV footages, and then found out a guy wearing a hoodie, in the summers, and suspected that guy to be Chetan, the boyfriend of the girl. And like, this is how the police has done a great, a fabulous, a marvelous job. And pretty much it is clear, at least to the common man, if not to the law and the judiciary, the judges who want the evidences, the concrete evidences, not the circumstantial evidences. So for the common man, at least it is now clear, it is established that yeah, it was the girl and the guy, her boyfriend together, whose plan it was to kill the innocent soul. Now what happens is that the girl is under the police custody as of now. Now what is the matter, like I've told you the entire story, like this is how the police cracked the case, right? Now what people are doing, what the majority of people are doing is they are shaming, they are blaming, they are demonizing the girl named Sia, which of course she deserves, which is right, which she deserves, really. But I have a different take here. And that take that I have will be in one of the 10 points that I am putting in front of you. These are the key takeaways, these are the 10 key takeaways, key observations that I have. In the first point only, I have said that the girl's family members are equally responsible for the tragic, heart-wrenching death of this innocent guy. It is not only the girl, but the family members of girl, who very well knew in advance that the girl is in relationship with some other guy. The girl has got a very liberal upbringing. They come from a very urban setup, and she is influenced by the modernism, the urban freedom, liberty that the urban setup, that a class offers you. So she fell in love with this guy named Chetan, and she must have told the family members, expressed her wish to go with Chetan, to marry Chetan. She must have done that. With the family member refuted it, refused it, denied. Why? Because of perceptively, apparently, two reasons. One is the caste wasn't same, and more bigger, more important, the reason was class, because Chetan was not as wealthy, as rich as Ketan was, and Ketan was from the same clan, from the same caste. And these two are the factors which are very prominent even in the present times, even in the 21st century, in the Indian psyche, in the Indian masses, in the Indian families, in the Indian parents, in the minds of their family members, that the guy should be firstly from the same caste, or if not from the same caste, is a step, a couple of ladder down, in the caste hierarchy. If they are general, even if the guy is OBC, then the class should be high, the status should be high, the prestige should be high. He should be wealthy, affluent, with all the assets, bungalows, uh, cars and whatnot. So this is the mentality of the Indian parents in when they go for looking the son-in-law for their daughters. And another major fundamental question that arises is that if you have given so liberal an upbringing to the girl, sent her to good school, to reputed college, and the girl is using the phone, social media in the present 21st century modern society, and is meeting the people on the Bumble, Tinder, and whatnot, and is meeting them in the workplaces. And then why are you not letting her choose the partner of her own choice? Why you become the main decision maker? Who are you to choose who will she marry if you have given her so much of freedom? I'm not saying that you shouldn't be given the freedom, that the freedom should be there. Like if the girl has chosen somebody who's from the same religion, because see, what I personally feel is that this is my personal thing. If she is from a different caste, then that should not be the issue, because broadly, majorly, the religion is same. If she is from a different faith altogether, totally, the value system, the customs, the mindset, the festivals, the notions, it is entirely different and antagonistic to each other, cannot go hand in hand, then you can warn your daughter. Still, you don't have the right. I mean, if a girl is Hindu and if she wants to marry a guy who is a Muslim, then under the Special Marriage Act, legally she can. But if you think that for the good of your own daughter, that she might face the problems in the future, in the backdrop of the many cases of love jihad happening today in the society, where the guys, they do not reveal their identity, they conceal their identity, and later on conversion, it's the conversion that follows. So things become in the later stage quite problematic. So if that is not the case, religion is not the problem, then at least then you should not be so fucking concerned about your daughter. I mean, you should be flexible, you should not be rigid. I mean, if the religion is same, if the caste is also not that big different, pragmatically, then it should not be a big deal. But the people are fixed on maintaining their social prestige, their social status. Look at the family where we have married our girl to, how rich they are, how like affluent they are. This is the mindset that is also responsible. And if this was the ugly thinking of the parents of the girl, then they should have expressed it to the family of this guy named Ketan, that this is the case. This is the first thing. This is the first thing. To recap it, families look for the caste, status, prestige, but you have given enough of freedom to your girls, so they are independent to choose their own partners. And at times, the partner that they have chosen might not fare quite well on all these parameters, and then you will force your wish on the girls, and then they will have to resort to something. I'm not absolving or exonerating her of her crimes. I'm just saying that she's a girl, man. Girls aren't empowered in today's society. They need support. Of the parents, and they are obliged to their parents also for the upbringing they have given to the girls. So the girls, they cannot go totally against their parents. It's very easy to say that you could have eloped with the guy, you could have just run away with him. It's very easy to say that, but pragmatically, it's not that easy for the girls. And additionally, there is a societal stigma attached to it, and sometimes the financial security is also a issue if the guy doesn't come from that privileged background. So because of these all the things, the girl is fucking confused, like what to do. Like, I'm telling you about the psychology of the girl who is in such a state. So, well, this is another point, we'll come to it later. But in the first point, I primarily want to say that it is also the responsibility of the girl's parents to actually reveal the truth, and also of that girl to reveal the truth to the guy, and to let, it is the responsibility, duty of the parents of the girl to let the girl marry to whosoever she wants. Whosoever she wants. This is the first point. Second thing is that it is the responsibility of the family of the guy and of both, but in particularly in this case of the guy, to get the history past present checked of the girl. And how do you do that? Now it is an opportunity for the young people, for the unemployed youth, to become a investigator. I mean, that there should be a profession. This should be a job. Like if you wanna marry somebody, if it is arranged marriage, and you haven't dated somebody, then get an investigator hired and put him to work to go and check each and everything about the girl, because girls are super brilliant in hiding the things, and showcasing themselves as a totally different person. Just look at the photos and videos going viral of this particular girl. The acting that she has done, oh my god, is freaking amazing. It's amazing. So how to get to know the truth? How to get to, man, if you are spending 70 crores, freaking 70 crore rupees in a wedding, then give 17,000 rupees to a guy. Will give you the each and entire detail about the girl, like who is she, like who is she dating, who have been her boyfriend and all, entire thing. Send him to her locality, send him to her Instagram, her Snap, her WhatsApp and whatnot, to the friends and family members. He'll get you each and every detail. This could have saved the life of the uh, innocent soul named Ketan. And this is a very important point. Achha, second thing is that first, it is the responsibility duty of the guy's family to get the history checked through an investigator. Second point is that when you are going to look for a bride, daughter-in-law for your son, then do not look only at the physical features. Do not look like how beautiful and pretty she is. Do not look at face, at figure, at the external beauty, like how fair does she look like. These all are external things, man. Like rise above them. Like colorism matter a lot. There is a lot of colorism in the Indian society. There is a lot. Whenever you go to the weddings, then people are like, how is the bahu like? The females there, mainly, mostly women, and also the men. They discuss about the beauty of the girl. Everything comes down to the beauty of the girl. Like how beautiful is she looking? Just look at the makeup they put. No, it's insane on the wedding day. Like these are the certain things that tell us that in our psyche, the brain wiring is such that just look at the external beauty of the girl. She should be bright, she should be fair, the skin tone should be white. Are you getting my point? So this is something like which we put a premium on. What? The external beauty of the girl. She should be cool, she should be educated. Now that is all good. But what about the character of the girl? How she is in character? What are the habits of the girl? How is the past of the girl like in the present age of dating and whatnot, where the uh, terms like body count, oh my god, when I first heard about it, I was astonished. So in the present circumstances, it also becomes important to keep a tab on these all the things. Now in the media, the mother of the guys is saying that the girl used to drink, and I told her, and I also told Ketan to tell her not to drink. We do not permit these all the things. So personally speaking, I do not support drinking alcohol and all. And personally speaking, this is my personal opinion, and I will judge a girl based on these things. Like suppose if I were to find a girl, choose a girl, I'll not zero in on the girls who are into smoking or and drinking and all, drugs and all, and would put a premium on the girls like who have a clean past. Now this is the practical thing that I'm telling you, but in present times, this is all not what matters. To some it does, but for many it doesn't. But I personally feel is that these all the things matter a lot. I might sound uh, orthodoxical, I might sound regressive in thinking, traditional, but man, this is a practical advice. This is a practical thing. Of course, there could be some exceptions. I will say that in order to save me from the coming criticism. Yeah, third thing is that in India, mainly the marriages are how they are done, like how do we find the partner. Of course, there are dating sites, there are marriage sites, but it is also because of the intermediaries, some people who mutually know both the parties. They would suggest to your family members, like your fufa, your mosa, they will tell you, like, there is this girl, there is that guy, you can, go and talk to her. And sometimes what happens is that for their own selfish interest, vested interest, your family members, extended family members, will force you to go with a particular girl or guy they know. you know so in this case also, this has been the this was the case, like somebody who is in the middle, he suggested Sia to this family and told that she is a very good girl, she's a very very bright girl, and things like that, to which the family of Ketan fell victim to. So they believed, they were innocent, they were gullible people, so they believed, and now this is the result. So my opinion is that please do not do this nasty job. Do not hide the things. Give the honest, give the honest suggestions. If you really care about somebody, if you really want their son or daughter to be married, then tell each and everything about the another person that you are suggesting. Otherwise, like, you will also face the onslaught, man. Sometimes you go on doing something good, but something bad happens. If you do not know the entire history, entire like about the character of the girl, about also of the boy, do not suggest the name. Otherwise, now tomorrow, the relations between the Ketan's family and the guy, the middle person, are severed. They are broken now. So this is what happens. Be very vigilant in this thing. Fourth, coming to the police, the police has done a brilliant job, a very nice job, stitching the digital evidences, traces together, putting the pieces together and connecting the dots, and finding out the culprit. The police has done a brilliant job, but my question is that, is police active in all such cases in the similar way as they are active here? What about the Tuisha Sharma case, where the ligature mark, where the belt which caused the ligature mark, the gym belt or whatever, which was the main evidence, it was lying in the car of the SP, some Sharma he is, for 2 days. It wasn't produced as an evidence before the forensics team. There were so many lacunas, loopholes. There were so many, incidences of the, what do we call it, of removing the evidences, from the home, that I cannot just name them. There are so many loopholes. There are shortcomings, like the Grewala, the mother-in-law wasn't arrested, the house wasn't sealed, and there's so many, like, thanks to the Barkadat and many media channels, that they are raising the voice and coming in support of this family. Otherwise, this case would have gone in oblivion. Nobody would know about it. Even still today, since she is a district judge, the mother-in-law, she knows each and everything about the law, all the loopholes. She'll get scot-free, is what my instinct says, and so will get scot-free the girl and her accomplice, the boyfriend in this case as well. I'll tell you why. So what I'm basically saying is that, did the police work because the other party, like the guy's family, are super rich? Is this the reason? I'm not confident about it, and I hope that I'll not get the contempt of police as we get the contempt of court. But what I'm saying is that it has been seen that, like, police need a hefty money in order to work. For the poor, it is said that there is no justice. For the rich, they will be very prompt, and agile. So this is also a hypocrisy of the police. Like, if this becomes the norm, that police acts this much actively as they have done in this particular case, then I think that people will not have to get face so many problems in getting the justice. Fifth thing is that judicial system. Yeah. So just like in the Tusha Sharma's case, because of the digital evidences, like the phone calls, the chats, the threats that the girl, the Tusha Sharma, was getting, and the fear she had expressed to her mother, and the so many lacunas, so many in the investigation, planting of the new evidences or eraser of the old evidences, and then the guy who was her husband Samarth. He, man, what the F is that? Mala, you are the husband and you are just escaping, you are running away. Your wife has committed the suicide. Okay, suppose let us assume that for a second she has committed suicide and the guy absconded. There was a prize, there was a money of 10,000 and later 30,000 put on the on that guy. Like if somebody finds that guy, then he will be given with this particular amount of money. So many things, so many circumstantial evidences are there to tell that this was not a suicide, this was a murder, or at least if not a complete murder, it's not a suicide. It could be strangulation, it could be partial hanging, it could be several things. But look, it's been a month and no concrete decision has been given, even though CBI is working on this. Now this is the pathetic system, the pathetic system, the judicial system. Now what judicial system will see, like we'll look at the concrete evidences. Now how the hell, where the hell will you get the concrete evidences from? Because they were in a valley. How will it be established? There were no CCTV cameras, and she will not open her mouth and say that I did it. She will not. Nobody will. So now what a court would say, I've heard some lawyers saying, is that just because there are no concrete evidences, these are only circumstantial evidences, it cannot be established that it was the girl or the guy who killed Ketan. This is the first thing. And second thing is, like, look at the flare, look at the way the girl comes out of the police station when the video was shot. Look at the catwalk she's doing. She's walking so independently and freely. Oh my god, like, as she has done something really great, or if she has done no wrong. Why is it so? Why is it that the lawyer of the girl is coming out in public and doing the interviews to the media channels and saying clearly, openly, that my client, the girl and the guy, have done no wrong, and this is only the theory of the prosecution, and they have done no wrong? Why? Because they know that they know how to use the system. These lawyers, these advocates, you just put the money. All you need is the money. Put the money to them, and in cases if not to them, put the money in the mouth of the judges only, and you'll get scot free. Is what it is in some cases, is what the mindset of the people. Look at what happened to that Pune Porsche case, and people accused, convicted there, they got scot free. For some loophole or the other, you will get scot free. And this is the reason why there is no deterrence, no fear in the mind of the people, and they go on attempting the crime, because they know that firstly they'll not get caught. This girl got caught, otherwise so many cases must be happening there, so many killings must be happening there, where it is very difficult to actually connect the dots and to get to the truth. Only 1 in 1,000 cases make it to the limelight, otherwise many cases they do not. So unless the investigation is rigid, the judiciary is rigid, is fast, is fair, people will get killed just like that. There have been four cases, I think, prominent cases which have made it to the headlines. One of that Taki from Bangalore, another one of that blue drum case, another was Sonam Raghuvanshi case. It just happened a year back, and memories are quite fresh in the minds of the people, how they went to Meghalaya and she killed the husband. Well, even after that case, it made to the limelight, it made to the headlines, it became so freaking popular. Even after that case, people are doing such shitty, nasty things. What is the fear, the level of fear in the minds of people? It is zero, that means. So judiciary will have to work diligently and set a precedent and set an example, so that it scares the shit out of the person who thinks on this line. Sixthly, the role of media is very important, very, very important. Police isn't doing their job, judiciary is not doing their job, It is only the media which will raise the voice, which will make sure that the case remain alive, just like the media has done in the case of Tisha Sharma. But media has its own limitation. It cannot raise the voice for each and every such case. So if media has its limitation, and secondly what happens is that, this is the first thing, media has its own limitation. Second thing is that, what is the job of media? Well, this is not media's job to become an advocate for the victim and raise voice 24/7. Media's got a lot of other news to show, man. There's a lot of other things happening in the country, from finances to economics to politics to international relations to energy crisis, poverty, unemployment. There's so many plethora of things happening in the society, and they get a backseat when the investigative journalism takes over. This is the point. And thus it becomes very pertinent for the police, for the investigating team, for the judiciary to do their job properly, sincerely, and diligently, so that the other pillar of democracy, media, doesn't have to encroach on their territory. You're getting my point? I'm not saying that why did they raise the voice for Sushant Singh Rajput? Are they raising the voice for Tisha Sharma? They are doing good. Otherwise, she will not get the justice, man. She will not get the justice. And just like that, there was a case in Bhopal only of Khyati Jain. She was a girl, 17-year-old, a very bright girl who used to live with her mother in a rented house. Mother was a divorcee, a single woman, a single parent. And that girl perceptively, apparently, ostensibly committed the suicide, as the report says, because of the bleeding of the vein in the hand. And after some time, what happens is that on the YouTube, a video footage becomes clear wherein her boyfriend can be seen entering into the room with the camera on and recording, filming the everything. And there we can see no stain, no blood, and the door was open from inside. And the guy can be seen in the CCTV footage. He came to her house in the absence of her mother when she was alone, and stayed there for fucking 3 hours. For three hours. And then the girl sends a message to guy on Instagram saying that I'm going to die, and a long marriage, accusing her mother, blaming her mother for her death.